Discipline is overrated. And if you've been relying on motivation to get things done, then that's probably why you're not getting anything done. So let's talk about why your to-do list keeps getting pushed back and what the top 1% is doing differently. This past year, I've been obsessed with becoming a high performer. Obviously, I'm a coach, so I'm very intentional with how I spend my time, where I spend my energy, and most importantly, how I'm living my life. You ever set a goal on a Monday because, Monday is the magical day to get things started. Maybe you want to start creating content, start pitching to brands, declutter your closet. I don't know, whatever project that you like, Monday is the day. And the next thing you know, it's been 2 weeks, it's been a month, it's July, and you still haven't started. Now, maybe you are lazy or you're exhausted. But what I do know is that you care. Otherwise, you wouldn't have written it down on your to-do list and decided to start the thing. So if you've been waiting for the perfect time, I'm here to bust your bubble because that doesn't exist. But here's what I learned coaching creators and building my own business as a mom of 2 under 2. Girl, I am busy, yes. But what I've also learned is that willpower is not a thing. Willpower is not a strategy. And discipline is a myth. Actually, discipline is an emotion. And you know how emotions can be fleeting. But here are 5 productivity tips that I use to get things done without burning out. Rule number 1, design, don't default. Most people live by default. They wake up, they check their phone, they're in their emails, they're reacting all day, and they have no boundaries with their time and what they should be doing to begin with. But if you really want to win, if you want to get things done, you want to design your day. What is it going to look like? What are you going to do? When are you going to do the thing? What do you need to do today that's actually going to move you closer to your dreams? And it really doesn't have to be that deep. It could be something as simple as, this week I'm going to spend 30 minutes every single day finally decluttering my closet. Block the time for the things that you want to do. Block the time for your big priorities first. And the pro tip is to match these blocks with your energy. Let me get into it. This is a big piece because when do you have the most energy to do the things that you want to do? I know for me, I do my creative work in the morning. And ironically enough, I used to be a night owl, a self-proclaimed night owl. I did everything at night, but I realized, especially when I became a mom, that nighttime is for sleeping. So now I do all my creative work when it's quiet in the morning and everybody else is sleeping. I have the most energy. I'm fresh out of bed. I'm ready to go. Admin work or meetings, I can get those done after lunch because I'm just kind of plowing through them. But if I want to be as sharp as I want to be when it comes to creative work, I know I have to get that done in the morning. So I'm blocking the time to do the things that's going to move the needle forward, but I'm also doing it when I know I have the most energy. And of course, nighttime is for sleeping so that I can renew my energy. It's not cute being sleep deprived, and that's another thing that motherhood taught me. You cannot perform if you don't get any sleep, okay? Stop scrolling at midnight and go to bed. So start protecting your time so that you can get things done and decide you're going to do it when you have the most energy. It really is that simple. Rule number 2 is to engineer your flow. You ever get lost in something, like a book, for example, and you start reading and really into the story. Next thing you know, 3 hours go by. You're just in the flow. Now that can happen by accident. You just happen to get lost in a book, or you just happen to get lost in something that you're really interested in doing, or you can engineer it so it doesn't happen by accident. And this is how you do it. First of all, create cues. So for example, after you shower, you make yourself a nice cup of coffee, you walk into your office and you have a pre-work ritual. What does that look like? Maybe it's planning your day and then tackling the first thing first. So you have a routine where you do the same thing every single day, and that's going to almost trigger your brain that it's time to get things done. Number 2 is to use tools. For example, noise canceling headphones if wherever you are is noisy, or using the same playlist every single time. So once you hear the song or the music or whatever it is that floats your boat, it's time to get things done. And number 3, location matters. Maybe you film in the same spot. Most of my videos are filmed right here. So when I sit down, I know I'm filming a video. Or maybe you write in a specific spot. Creating location habits or spatial habits will help you get in the flow because once you are in that area, you always get things done. So it's going to trigger your brain once again to get things done. And that way you're going to be productive without it happening by accident. You are engineering it. You're making it happen. Rule number 3 is to call your shot. If you want to follow through with something, you need to create real accountability. accountability. You know how we've been told our entire lives that you need to build in silence? I actually feel like it's holding us back. Sometimes you need to tell people what you're doing, obviously people that you trust, but you need to tell people what you're doing so that they can hold you accountable. Because if there's nothing at stake, what are the likelihood that you're actually going to follow through, or the likelihood of you pushing it back? There's nothing at stake. No one's going to follow up and be like, what happened to that project you were working on? I thought you were going to start your YouTube channel. What happened to that? You can push it back to infinity and beyond because there is nothing at stake. You're not going to hold yourself accountable. But if you have someone else holding you accountable, then perhaps that's going to help you get the things done. That's where a coach comes into play. Most of what a coach do is to hold you accountable. You said you were going to do this last week. What happened to it? And honestly, something as simple as telling a few trusted people like social media that you're working on something is going to light a little fire under your butt to get it done. For example, when I launched my first offer, I told everyone online that I was doing it. So I had to follow through. And I can't tell you how many times during the whole process that I wanted to give up, but I was like, everyone knows. I have to show up and I have to get it done because everyone knows. So adding a little pressure under your butt is going to help you follow through with the things that you say you're going to do. So this is what you can try. First of all, set a deadline. Setting a deadline on anything that you're working on is magically going to get you to work on it a little faster. If I don't put myself on a deadline, especially when it comes to creating videos or posting or whatever, I'm never going to get it done. I'm always going to keep editing it or adding something to it. But if I'm like, it needs to go out today, it's good enough. Let it go out today. Number 2 is to build in public. Tell your audience what you're working on. Show the journey. Document it. If anything, people are going to be invested in what you're doing and they're going to be rooting for you. You should probably try that. Like, most people actually want to see us win. I honestly haven't seen someone that is secretly hoping for me to fail. Because I mean, even if you do that, is that actually going to make me fail? Like, I don't know if I believe in this whole build in silence thing. Like, you could be praying for my downfall, but God has already decided that I'm going to win. Excuse me. I'm sorry. We need to take a break. And number 3, raise the stakes. Whether that's public accountability, a reward, consequence, that one's a big one. I actually met someone who said they were working on something big, and if they didn't accomplish it, they will donate $1,000 to a charity of their choice. I was like, oh my God. First of all, that's a lot of money. And they were like, yeah, that's the point, because now that's going to really light a fire under their butt to get it done. So that can be an example of a consequence. So make it hurt, and hopefully that's going to keep you accountable. Rule number 4 is to kill the distractions. Oh my God, the biggest productivity hack, and if you don't take anything from this video, I really hope that you take this one, is to turn notifications off, all the way off. Oh my God. Every little ping, every little notification that comes on your phone is robbing you of 20 minutes of deep work. And it takes like 30 minutes for you to even get back into the flow, if you're going to get back into it. So your phone is a tool, not a leash, and you don't realize how much time you're wasting by doom scrolling on your phone. Listen, the average American spend 3 hours scrolling on their phones. And you know, I thought I was better than them until I checked my phone usage, and I was spending 3 hours on social media. And if you ask me, I will tell you I'm overwhelmed. I have 2 children under 2, but yet I had time to spend 3 hours on social media every single day. You know how much I can do with 3 hours a day? So turn off notifications, block these social media apps. They are literally designed to keep you addicted. And I mean, you're watching this video right now as you're procrastinating on whatever you should be doing. I appreciate the view though. Go on airplane mode if you have to. Put your phone away, turn off notification, and really focus on one thing at a time. And you'll notice how much you can get done in a week if you turn off notifications. Trust me, everyone will survive. You will survive. And most importantly, you will get your work done. Rule number 5 is to decide once and then systemize it. You don't need more choices. You actually need to make fewer decisions. And here's what I mean. The reason why you feel so scattered and overwhelmed and behind is because you're redeciding the same things every single day. What should I post? What should I work on first? When should I film? What's for lunch? What's for dinner? All of these decisions, we don't realize how that mentally drains us on a day-to-day basis. And honestly, I didn't realize the impact of that until I became a mother, because now I have triple the decisions to make for everyone. What is this baby going to eat? When do I need to take him to the doctor? Is this normal? Should I be Googling this? All of the decisions that I was making on a day-to-day basis. So decide once and turn it into a system. For example, I batch create my content on Wednesdays. I send out my newsletter on Sundays. I have the same rotation of outfit. Lock me away, officer. I'm an outfit repeater. I have the same thing for lunch every single day. And I thought that would be boring, but it's actually brilliant. First of all, I know I'm eating well because it's the same thing and it's healthy, but I don't have to decide every single day what I'm going to have for lunch. I don't have to decide every single day when I'm going to film, what I'm going to post. All of these little decisions every single day was draining me. And if you want to create a business that doesn't burn you out, then you want to create systems within your business. And that way everything will be simplified. If you have to do something more than once, then turn it into a system, turn it into a process so you don't have to start from scratch every single time. And I have a list for everything now. Packing list. If we're going out the house, I have a list to make sure I have everything. If I'm traveling, it's already done. Like, I don't have to start from scratch for a lot of things. And that, I don't know, it just reduced the overwhelm in my life. So what did we learn today? Don't rely on motivation. You're most likely never going to feel like it, but if you engineer your life, if you build systems around the things that you have to do, then you won't require discipline because success will be inevitable. It's just going to be part of your routine. Engineer your life so that you get to do the things that you want to do. And most importantly, you enjoy doing these things, because I also learned that having systems in my life not only keep me productive, but it makes me so much happier because I know things are going to get done and it's scheduled to get done. So I don't have to worry about everything in the moment. So if you're serious about creating that kind of life, one where you're working towards your goals and your dreams, then hit the subscribe button and let me know down below which productivity hack really spoke to you. And then watch this video next on how I batch create my content, and I'll see you there.